Hi and welcome everybody. 53rd Afrobasket Yusu. Let me come back after the summary. Contents of this 53rd Yusu. Special Zoom ladies team qualified for the next World Championship in Turkey. In second part of March, our women representative will know their World 2030 Championship appointment. Before evaluating that chance, let us see first of all how they are qualified, and we begin by Mozambique.
This is the Mozambican team that will have the heavy duty to help forget 2003, the final that Mozambican had lost to Mfon Udoka and its partners. 13 years later, if some faces have changed, some as Deolinda Ngelela, Clarisse Mashangwana and the like of Flavia Azinera, Deolinda Gemo are still there. 4 months from the kickoff of the Afrobasket 23rd edition, Mozambique is the only national team among the qualified teams to have gone back worked out.
This team, we know that they did more or less more than 20 games. The players knew each other, the coach knew what to do in different circumstances.
After more than 2 months of preparation, things are getting serious for the Mozambican selection. Egyptians do not wait much against a team driven by public that still wanted more. The 100 mark is reached easily. Egypt lost 105-53. Then began the march to the title, especially since the next day, September 27, Nazio Sale girls meet Zimbabwe. Easy prey for the Mozambican which, like the day before, soon reached the 100 mark. Zimbabwe inclines with a score to quickly forget 117-28. For fans, hence the rule of the 3 figures will be the score to reach facing all opponents of the team. But it was wrong about Algeria, the third team meeting Mozambique. Taking 100 points, no questions. She covers in defense and managed to take only 67 while scoring 34. Same scenario for Côte d'Ivoire. Kani Kouyaté and its partner successfully managed in conceding only 15 points, 56-41. Mozambique certainly wins, but undoubtedly shows signs of tiredness just before meeting Senegal. The Senegalese will compete with the Mozambican before declining. Final result, 77-61. Mozambique ends at the top of the Group A. In quarter-final, Mozambique encounters Nigeria. Before a large and demanding audience, Nazio Sale girls have no right to make mistakes, knowing they completed the first round on the board. Nigerian side, we especially noted the return of Scott on the bench, who won the continental title in 23. Scott will win the first quarter by 5 points, 18-13. But Deolinda will lead the revolt. Mozambique got back in the game and won the second quarter, 24-10. At halftime, the score is 37-28 for Mozambique. The third period is very balanced. Both teams almost tied by a point. At the end of this quarter, won by Nigeria, 18-17. Nigerian girls are exhausted, but still, they won the last quarter, 28-23. Anyway, they will regret the second quarter loss, which prevent them from the final victory, 77-74.
The game, I think that was in the quarterfinal against Nigeria, was a miracle. The team was loose. The team was well prepared. When you are well prepared, you are mentally, physically, technically, tactically well.
The team would deal with Cameroon's indomitable lionesses. who make no complex and are not impressed by the atmosphere in the stadium. From the first quarter, they lead 23-9. Mozambican, without panic, managed to hang on and come back. In turn, they won the second quarter by 10 points, 15-14. At the break, the Lionesses are ahead, 37-24. After the break, the Mozambican are catchy, unable slowly to get back, winning the third quarter 13-8. They don't release anything in the last quarter, they also won 24-12. Mozambique come a long way. They qualify for the final by beating Cameroon 61-57. But each game, the team won with struggles.
The Mozambique team is technically is good, but physically you have Senegal, Mali, Nigeria, Angola. There is no way to change the game. They cannot play slowly because if they play slowly, the other teams they will kill Mozambique.
After the winning title in 2011 at Bamako, Angola has only one target, confirmed that the title was not a mistake. Could they achieve? Let us watch.
This will not be Nigeria beaten 60-46, nor Cape Verde beaten 76-51, much less Kenya beaten 45-39, which will hinder the advance to a second circuit for the African champions. The only moment of concern for Nasosela Mauricio and her teammates was the meeting in the preliminary round against Cameroon, which has surprised many in this tournament. Lionesses of Cameroon were beaten by 4 points, 48-44, which allowed Angola to keep first place in group. A game that had to help the Angolan putting away the pressure. Because the following day, they were disputed by the young team of Mali, beaten to a point 67-66. The African champions safely reached the quarterfinals. They will face Egypt, and from the first minute of play, the case was aired. Egypt cashed in the first quarter 26 and 15-11 in the second quarter. At halftime, Angola leads 35-17. Angolan will overtake and win in a row the third and fourth quarter. Final result 84-49.
Eu penso que quase todas as equipas cresceram muito. Se reparar os resultados da Angola.
I think 4 teams were potential winners with teams such as Nigeria, Cameroon. Maputo Championship was the most difficult for Angola.
O campeonato de Moçambique acabou por ser mais difícil do que o de Bamako.
It is the reunion between two teams that had played 2 years earlier in Bamako, the Afrobasket final. We recall that Angola had won it and for the first time in its history ascended to the top of the podium. Both teams will compete in the first 2 quarters. Senegal winning the first period 9-11 and Angola the second 13-11. After the break, the Senegalese are more enterprising and will win the third period 17-8. The last period is important. The pressure is on the shoulders of Senegalese who are no longer able of anything. A few seconds remaining, then comes the fact of the game.
Mas penso que não houve falta. Naquele momento não consegui rever o vídeo, né? Naquela altura do jogo, na situação em que vi, não me pareceu que tenha havido falta. Mas são momentos muito difíceis.
I think that there was no fault on the same action throughout the game. The hero is human. There were failings on both sides, but I think Angola deserved to win.
Houve muitos durante o jogo. E se formos a ver determinado tipo de erro, portanto penso que Angola foi mais prejudicada que o Senegal. Então, a partir daí, penso que Angola mereceu ganhar o jogo, ganhou bem, com todo o mérito, por tudo aquilo que fez e tem feito nos últimos anos. Penso que a vitória foi merecida para nós.
Final has never been this much contested in Africa Ladies Championship. The first quarter is in favor of Angola, ended with a gap of only a point, 15-16. Despite the support of a public that had invaded early Pavilion Mashakwene, the Mozambicans struggled facing an experienced team, Serene, who had only one goal, to ignore the public and to draw a second consecutive title. The second quarter is always in their favor, still leading by a point, 15-14. At halftime, Angola leads 31-29. The defending champions will come off in the third quarter. Not much, just a difference of 4 points, 15-11, which allows them to have a 6-point lead at the end of the third period. Mozambicans are cornered. The objective is to respond, otherwise be frustrated with the title behind their arms. Nazir Sally girls will succeed in this last period to excel and win the fourth quarter, 14-8. Equality at the end of the game. An extension of 5 minutes follows. More serene and motivated coach Anibal Moreira girls do not let the opportunity to win a second title. They won the extension 10-7 for a final result of 64-61. Angolans are again on the roof of Africa.
Details. This is another interesting thing happened in the final. Normally, against the other teams in quarterfinal, semi-final, Mozambique starts the first quarter losing.
Yes.
Okay. In the final, was not the same. They start ahead, winning this first quarter. We used to say that the final is not to play, it's to win.
Cuidados e tomamos essas cautelas, conseguindo defender fortemente, não temendo nunca e não deixar que aquele barulho ensurdecedor do povo.
The key to the game was the defense and lucidity. Mozambique playing at home, it took us to stay calm and to keep on believing. Despite the fact that we were all the time led, but we still believed.
Não nos perturbasse e então a partir daí controlamos o jogo, conseguimos então acabar o jogo na posição de vencedor e ser campeões africanos mais uma vez.
Here, Afrobasket is over. We find ourselves at our next issue with the chance of our representative. Bye-bye.